So it's been a relatively eventful day, not in a good way. I went to go clean the Elegoo today to start printing the second batch, and a lot of times when you're cleaning the vat, you want to check the bottom just to look for bits that are solidified. Found something I thought was solid, and I took it off and realized it was actually a hole. So what had happened is when the last parts tore away, they had actually torn the actual TFP film. Now, the LCD screen was clean, so like it hadn't drained through. We didn't have any. I got kind of lucky there. Downside, this is a hobby of mine. It's not like I run a production shop, so I don't have hundreds of spare parts. I went ahead and ordered another full bin, some replacement TFP sheets, and a new build plate, because even in the last video I pointed out that the build plates get torn up a lot the more you use them. And just after this, I was like, it makes sense considering it's like 50 bucks just to have one sitting around so that it doesn't bring me to a grinding halt. I then tore apart the bin to make sure that I knew when the TFP film came in how to replace it. So at that point I have two bins that I could work with for the Elegoo. I just can't print anything in the meantime. It's not the end of the world because I can still take the parts that I got the other night and print them out. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about was you can probably hear me a lot better than you could for the last video. I have had a wireless go-to from Rode for years. I've just never used it with the Osmo because it never really worked. I just got static. Found out today that was just because I needed to upgrade the firmware on the Rode. So when we do videos going forward, you shouldn't have a lot of that ambient noise. Like you probably shouldn't even be able to hear the X1C running. I'm printing something for my priming video that we'll do next. I got a part in that I was waiting for water sliding. We'll have a separate video about water slide, namely because you don't want to slide decals on until you've primed and painted somewhere. So what I'll do is when we prime, I'll focus on the face, just making sure we walk through that. It's a small part, so it's easy to go through. We'll paint, apply the base layer of the skin, maybe a section of that for paint mixing, because none of the flesh tones that I have are technically light enough for Delta, but you can always add white to thin them out. Problem is, I gotta make sure I have enough mixed at that point for all of the skin tone areas. I don't want to have inconsistencies. So, been kind of a rough day, but on the good side, we'll have better production going forward. I'll be able to print again soon once the parts come in. And, you know, I still will be making videos specifically about priming and water sliding until then, but been a rough day, but thanks for hanging out with me.